You can go live on Facebook yet.
Celebrating 40 years is a significant milestone that often evokes reflection, gratitude, and recognition of accomplishment.
Feeling very excited about it. When I reflect on it, some artists took 10 to 15 years before they get through. They keep knocking at the door. The first time the nation heard about the Limas Gilbert, they show me that love, they show me that respect. They go crazy over the beats. They go crazy over the excitement. They go crazy over the rhythm. And I appreciate that.
Sunday, August 3rd at the Progress Park in St. Andrew. It's Specky 40. Tickets available from gotofed.com. Presented by Limas Gilbert in association with the Spice Mass Corporation and Sedu.
Who want to jam a jamming too?
Good morning, clubbers. Morning. Welcome to the Wake Up Club. Another fantastic Friday in the Isle of Spice. So much to be grateful for. Good weather, good air. You heard we placed second in terms of having the best air quality in the world. Good people, good energy, good vibe. The carnival season is here. I've started to feel the energy. I'm very excited about the music that's out there, really good quality music from our artists, always raising the bar and raising the level in terms of the quality of music that we have here on the island. I hear a lot of people boasting about having the best carnival. They know nothing about carnival until they sample Spice Mass. And definitely we are in the season of Spice Mass. We had the semi-finals. We had the quarterfinals for soca. We have the groovy quarterfinals going on right now. So the hype is building. I hope you're going out and supporting the artists. If you are not able to make it to the quarterfinals, try to make it to the semi-finals. Definitely tune in. These quarterfinals are being brought live. You can tune in via our network, which is the Ride Along Network, to tuning and really enjoy what a lot of these artists have worked so hard to put out there. I know there's the talk, there's a lot of nonsense out there too, but within the nonsense, there's a lot of greatness. So I hope that you're paying attention and you're supporting our artists. Listen, a fantastic day. There's so much happening. I know that this weekend, the Alliance of Evangelical Churches, in collaboration with the government of Grenada, is hosting National Days of Prayer, and that's happening Saturday 12th and Sunday 13th of July under the theme Righteousness Exalts a Nation. The objective of the event is to eradicate the stigma that faces mentally ill persons and curb social and psychological problems within society. The prayer will focus on 10 different social issues, such as the rise in crime, all forms of violence, suicide rate, issues facing youth, disaster. Of course, we're in the hurricane season. Despite the fact that we're petting and Spice Mass is here, we're paying attention to that. Accidents and other social issues. So there are going to be a lot of different activities happening, and of course, we're going to keep you in tune. Make sure you tune in to the Ride Along Live. We'll be sharing that sort of information with you because there's going to be an island-wide caravan, and there's going to be so much for you to participate in. So definitely, I would say timely. I don't care which side of the fence you sit on. prayer affects all of us, and all of us live here in this beautiful and peaceful island with, of course, the best fresh air. Listen, we've got a fantastic show in store for you this morning. First of all, I want to make sure that I shout out our clubbers. You're dedicated. We appreciate you. You tune in every Tuesday and Friday. I don't take that lightly. I understand that you have options and you have choices, and of course, you keep it tuned on the Ride Along Network. We take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be chatting with a phenomenal young woman. When I think of her, I think of resilience and determination personified, and I'm talking none other than Leonie Patrick. She goes by the sobriquet Baby L. Soca artist, has had an incredible life. She has new music this year again, and she's the lone female entering the soca semifinals, which is a feat within itself. So we're going to be chatting in depth with Leonie, not just about her music, but about her life and resilience, and what encourages her to continue, in an art form dominated predominantly by male. We take a quick break and we'll be right back. Thank you for tuning in.
Hi, I want $10 on Playway, $20 back up on Pick 3, and cash for each, please.
Okay, are you adding multi-X to your bet?
Yes, multi-X, all of them.
Smart! Best value bet. Backup and multi-X, you cannot go wrong.
Don't matter the bet, multi-X all of the daily games.
With multi-X added, your winnings can be multiplied 3 times, 5 times, even 7 times. So make it a rule. Add multi-X to all your Playway, daily pick 3, and daily cash for bets every day and for every drop, and watch your money grow. Available at stores and online.
You heard it here. Multiply your winnings daily. Must be 18 or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Welcome back. Of course, another fantastic Friday, as I said. Before we begin our conversation with Leonie Patrick, I want to shout out clubbers Joanne Brafford Batson, Brenda S. McNeely Julian, and Judith Thomas Maxime. Listen, we appreciate you tuning in on the Wake Up Club. I hope you're having a fantastic Friday so far, and you will have an incredible weekend. Folks, without further ado, I would like to invite my guest this morning and welcome my guest to the program. Leonie, welcome to the Wake Up Club.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. Thank you guys in the line.
I know I wake you up early, but they say the early bird catches the worm. So
True.
We definitely did. Now, Leonie, I have known you for many years, and my first question is for those who don't know you. Can you share a little bit about your upbringing, where you're from? Tell us, in your own words, who is Leonie Patrick?
Okay, so Leonie Patrick is basically a young lady that originally from St. Mark's. I never really grew up in St. Mark's, but I'm from St. Mark's. I was born there. And I kind of move around a little bit with my mom and stuff, and my grandmother and stuff like that. Different places in Grenada. But then at this moment now I reside in St. George's, that's Mongay. That's by the mental institution in the back there. They have some houses and stuff there. Leonie is also a young lady that always pushes herself. I never once limit myself into anything. I always believe that I can do it. At least I can try and see before I could say, all right, this is not for me. Right? Leonie is very hardworking, very dedicated to things that she wants to get done. Leonie loves people. People who knows me would know the type of person that I am. People who don't know me and maybe hear a little rumor about Leonie, they may jump to it and believe, but really and truly, Leonie is a very nice person.
Most definitely. I've known you for a while. And Leonie, you have had an incredible journey. And one thing I like about you is that you're honest about your journey, where you came from and where you're going. You've done it all. I remember you being a bus conductor, I remember you being a
Yes.
beauty queen. You've
Yes.
done it all.
Oh.
From a pulling a bus door and collecting that money, whatever job it is you had to do to survive, you've
Was
done
it
it.
honest?
I
Yes.
remember you even taking part in the segment of the Miss World Grenada
Yes.
when Vivienne Burkhardt won.
Yes. Won that year.
You've worn every shoe possible.
Yes.
How did you transition, or what was that bug or that bite that pulled you into the soca world?
The thing about it is, even though I took part in Queen shows and stuff before, it's
Mhm.
always been in me to sing.
Mhm.
I don't know, but I would just say I was just blessed with that talent, like with lots of talent. I don't think God gives people different talents, but I just think that He just gave me lots of talent. So when I started hearing about the singing and going and take part in competition and stuff like that, I started doing that in like little villages and all of that type of stuff. And then I decided, there was a other young lady and I decided we're going to do something together for a carnival season. And we did. It was kind of pixie in a sense,
Well,
and that was for 1 year. And then the following year, we didn't do anything. And then the next year after that, I decided, I want to continue. And I start checking different studios and start getting music and that type of stuff. So that's how I continued from since then. And I think I started singing since in 2010, 2009, something around there. So it's been years I've been in this thing. So it's not I just pick up and just decide I want to sing. It's been there a very, very long time.
Listen, you're in an industry dominated by men, okay?
Yeah.
You're doing very well. I think this is the second year in a row you've made it to the semifinals in the
Actually,
competition.
that is the third year. I make it in the semifinals as the only female.
As the
There were
only
1
female.
year it was Valiant and I made it. That was the fourth year before. But consistency, that's the third year I've made it.
Okay, well,
That's the only
listen,
female.
congratulations. That is
Thank you
not
very much.
an easy feat. It's an incredible feat. How do you feel to break through those barriers? Because
Well-
you may not understand how big that is. But how do you feel to break those barriers?
I feel real good. I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart. I don't even know how to feel again. First, I feel good because going up against like so much of different music, different artists, and good music. Because I think this year I've been telling other people, I said, listen, before competition started, I said, listen, we have a lot of good music this year and the competition is going to be tight. I've been telling people that, and it's such a real thing. And it's like, you go up against 100 and something artists, and most of them are men. It is so not easy. So as a woman, it's like you have to try to bring that difference as a female, compared to the other men. The other men they don't do as much as we women. Like we have to try so hard. It's so hard to be there, and it's not easy, but the feeling is incredible. And I thank everyone that believed in me and came out and support me, even though you didn't even knew who I was, and my music is not really out there as yet. But on the night of that prelims, like once you heard the song and you saw my performance, it's like you start saying to yourself, wow, that girl song good and I like it. And then after the show you could give me good feedback and stuff. Like it feels really, really good. And I thank everyone for that.
Okay. Support, okay, because support comes in many forms. Of course, there must be support within your household and your family and your friends. But what about the other artists and the male artists? What has been that support to you? Their reaction? Is there encouragement? Is there a fight down? Tell me about that. We're having a real conversation.
No, you know me, I'm very real. I'm not going to lie to anyone. No, when coming for artists on a whole, I wouldn't really say the women as much, but when coming for the men, like, you're not only one artist in particular that does push me, and that is Brother B, right?
Okay.
He's the only person, even though we are family members, but he's the only artist I would say that would push me and say, you can do it, right? Because he stayed away from the competition for maybe a year or two. And during that time, he'd been helping me, he'd been encouraging me and stuff like that nonstop. But when coming for the other artists, like male, I never saw any male come up to me and say, baby Al, you're good, and continue. And I want us to do something together and keep it up, and mean it. Like, I always say, like, I believe, like, if you're a big artist and you have it going already, try to help the younger ones that is coming up. Try to help a female artist to push themselves, to get there. Don't only think of it as for you alone, because by the end of the day, when this goes out there, we're representing each and every one, right? And not only that, your name is going to be called as well, and people is going to look at you as a different person. So I just think that men needs to be more and help the female artists than just keeping us there and looking for themselves only.
Okay.
So
Listen,
that's how.
you said we're having a real conversation. So we're having a real conversation.
Yes.
Female artists, are they supportive of each other, or is there a secret underlying fight down? Because I don't find there to be much unity among the women, and we understand that women can be catty sometimes, and you said you're having a real conversation.
Of course.
So tell me about that, the female artists.
No, for the female artists, it have some of them is going to, maybe they don't really want to tell you, but they would just try to make it try to feel nice. So they may come to you and say, oh, good song, good performance, but you have some real ones. And then you have some again that is kind of, it's a fight down and it's a competition, which I do understand. And if anybody knows, anyway, women there, it's not always a good scene, right?
But there is
you see for the men, men, they would, even though they have competition thing, but you would see a different in the vibe. The vibe would be so different. Like, I would be standing sometime and just looking at this male artist and them and be like, yo, like, women can't be like that. We just can't. I don't know why. I just think it's a woman thing, But I do understand it's a competition, and women always want to be on top of each other. Who want to be the best? They want to be out there, which I do understand. So that's why I think if it happens where the male artist, and then try to push us as women more and get us out of that comfort zone, I just think maybe women can think differently towards each other. You would see yourself on the same kind of level, and you will be vibing and think differently.
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen, I love the drama between it. Like, I would say two of my favorite set of artists. Let's take Boise and let's take Natty and Thunder. The rivalry is there and the pick-on is there on social media, but backstage, knocking a glass. Okay? The rivalry and the competition is on stage, not behind the stage, And I think that is sort of the energy that needs to happen. I gotta ask you, what do you think sets you apart from other competitors on the soca scene?
I don't know. I think what set me differently to everybody, I am very. I don't get intimidated nobody frightens me, I would say. It doesn't matter who you are. I just believe myself that I have what it takes. And as artists, you have to always believe that. You never doubt yourself. We all are human beings. And I would always say, if you can make it, I can make it, because you started just like I did, right? Before you became who you are. So I always say to myself that I can do it. And nobody frightens me. I always say that nobody frightens me. So once I'm going to go and do what I have to do to the best of my ability.
Okay. Listen, I know you've got that gritty determination, and that's one of the things I admire about you. You're determined to succeed. You're coming there, and you're coming there as a superstar, regardless what, from head to toe, you're dressed, you're representing, regardless of where you're going. And listen, you have been getting there. 3 years in the semifinals. I'm really hopeful that you are going to be able to get that break and break it into the finals. Now we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to listen to your song for this year, and then we're going to talk more about it and then dive further into our conversation. Folks, you're tuned in to the Wake Up Club. I'm chatting with the one and only Leonie Patrick, a sobriquet Baby L, on the soca scene for many years, has been able to make it, in the semifinals for 3 years, 2 years in a row, breaking barrier, the lone female in the semifinals this year. We take a quick break and we'll be right back.
When I need shelter, warmth, security, I know you'll be there. Something in these moments lets me know you care. Maybe the way you shield me, maybe it's your smiles and the way you tell me it's okay to try. Now I'm invincible. I can pack my sack, I can take the long road, 'cause it's okay to look back if I am scared. I know you're there. Arise, together there's no limit to what we can do. Arise, with no wings, fly. Arise, and we're so high, enjoy the view. Arise, look, no wings, fly.
This is Ariza, your financial freedom, your future.
Welcome back, clubbers. And of course, right now we're going to listen to Leonie's song for 2025, the song that took you into the semifinals. Can you tell us a little bit about the song before we play it?
Well, the song was actually done by Brother B again, right? Who actually produced the song? It was Trey Otto, Article 1 production in New York City. And also, I want to big up as well, Mr. Rockin' J. That's who's actually managing me right now. So, my 2025 song.
Okay, definitely my very good friend. Folks, we're going to listen to Baby L's 2025 song right now.
Let me see you wave on my real Kentanas. Coming from the stage on my real Kentanas. Let me see you jump on my real Kentanas. Let me see you wave. When I call you what bravery, do something to amaze me. When I tell you put up your racks, don't stand up like you lazy. You come out with your bacon, you come out with your light. I want you to put it up, let us make a statement tonight. Real Kentanas. Let me see you wave on my real Kentanas. Coming from the stage on my real Kentanas. Let me see you jump on my real Kentanas. Let me see you wave. Baby L is my name. Mash it up is my game. When I tell you just mash it up, do it, don't complain. I don't care what they're saying, I don't care what they do. Mash it up in this place tonight. Me and me on my real Kentanas. Let me see you wave on my real Kentanas. Coming from the stage on my real Kentanas. Let me see you jump on my real Kentanas. Let me see you wave. Tell you mash up, 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 all the way to the back. Mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up. Or something and mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up. You not tired yet? see you what bravery. Do something to amaze me. When I tell you put up your rocks, don't stand up like she's lazy. You come out with your paper, you come out with your light. I want you to put it up, let us make a statement tonight. Brilliant Tanas, let me see you wave on my brilliant Tanas. Coming from the stage on my brilliant Tanas. Let me see you jump on my brilliant Tanas. Let me see you wave.
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or visit beacongrenada.com.
Folk, welcome back to the Wake Up Club. Of course, we're chatting with the one and only Leonie Patrick, Baby L, semi-finalists into the soca competition this year. Before I go on, I want to shout out Veronica Irvin, Rhonda Spencer Thomas, Arnold Grant, Lacey J, Ann Salandi, Cheryl Green, and my very good dear friend, Payne Sharky Shemba. Welcome to the Wake Up Club. Listen, Leonie, I want to congratulate you because, as I said, it's no easy feat being the lone female to make it. I know it's more than 2 years, but consecutively into the semi-final. I want to wish you every success. Definitely the song is pace and energy, and I know you have that. I know you have that stage presence. I know you're going to come there as a superstar. But you said we're having a real conversation. I'm going to have a real conversation. When I think of you, I think of resilience. So I have to ask you, what are some of the biggest challenges you've faced in your career and how have you overcome them? I know it's a loaded question. We're not hearing you, Leonie.
The mic, I think you muted my mic.
Yeah, we're hearing you now.
Okay. My challenges. Getting music is very, very challenging for me. Very. Because most of the time, like if people hear my music, they would say, Baby L, if you get that song, that good song, to get you there, because you have what it takes. You have the voice, you have the body, but if you can get that writer to write you this really good song, and it's very hard. It is not easy because if you check on, like in Grenada here, if you check on artists, a good artist to write you a song, they would write you a song, but they would not put that extra into it. Reason being, because they also compete with you. So with them competing with you, they don't want you to overcome them. So they would not put out as much effort into writing a good song for you. Because I'm not a writer, and I always say that I could have ideas of what I want to sing about and try to vibe a little bit, but I am not. I always honest about it. I am not a writer. I'm a singer. I'm a performer. but not
Mhm.
a writer. So the
Mhm.
biggest challenge in my music is getting a really, really good writer.
Okay, and definitely, if you try to get one out house, like out of Grenada, that costs money.
It would cost a lot of money unless if you have like a good manager that willing to push you like it to that level, then you have nothing to worry about because they know definitely they are going to make back that money that they had spent on you, you know? So that is very challenging.
Well, definitely, you're in Rockin' Jay's hands now. I know
Yes,
that he's very dedicated to the
very.
cause, so definitely, I expect great things from you. Now, I've got to talk about determination because at the beginning I said when I think of Leonie, I think of resilience, I think of determination, and I got to ask you this question, and we're gonna be real this morning. Can you
Mhm.
share a moment when you felt like giving up, but you pushed through instead? Because I know it can't be easy.
Yes. When when I got pregnant with my baby,
Mhm.
I felt like I wasn't feeling down. I was just feeling like I shouldn't, no, I shouldn't sing anymore. I should just try to just concentrate on her and not do anything. And then after I made her, it's like I start thinking so much different because when I look at one of my role models, which I love very much, Patrice Roberts, I love
Mhm.
her. I
Mhm.
could see myself like her.
Mhm.
And when I look at her, the way that she actually, when she was pregnant, she was performing with her pregnancy, you know. She made her baby and she always have a baby with her and stuff like that. I start saying to myself, you know what? Oh, but wait, why do I want to stop something like that I love so much and not continue with it? You know? So my baby actually changed my mind. My daughter changed my mind in a lot of different ways. And I thank God for her every single day.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Listen,
Thank
as
you.
an inspiration to many, and I'm talking about people who really know you. As I said in the beginning, you've done it all from bus conductor to beauty queen, now soca songstress. You've
Yeah.
done it all. What message do you hope to convey to young women aspiring to enter the music industry? And I know it's been tough for you, and it's still
Mhm.
tough. But what message of hope would you like to extend?
I would say to the young ones that is actually going to be hearing this message right now,
Mhm.
never, never, never give up. You have a talent. Listen, I'm talking about this right now, and I'm actually catching cold bumps because why I've been there, right?
Mhm.
So you never give up on anything that you want to do. You always try to keep the the people that you should have around you is people that can motivate you, push you, and say you can do this. Don't have anyone around you that is giving you a negative feedback, such like, um, girl, you have a good voice, but I don't find you could do it now. I don't find you could go on stage. You're too shy. Don't have these people around you because these are the people that's going to keep you back because you don't need that. You need the people that can say, you can do it, girl. Girl, I just find, watch me. Just practice now. Let me practice. Let me do something together. Push you. Don't ever limit yourself. Always believe that you can do it and it can happen. Try before you can fail. Never give up.
Okay, I've got to ask you this because you're a role model to many people. And one of the things I forgot is even though you have been a beauty queen, you also host your own pageant
Yes.
um, annually, um, Miss Royalty. And a
Yeah.
lot of young girls use that as a stepping stone to get into the national competition. So you
Yes.
have been a role model to many people. But I've got to ask you, who are some of your role models or influences in the music world?
My role models, well, as I said,
Mhm.
Patrice Roberts is a very big role model for me. Um, who else I can think about? Um, that's like basically it.
Mhm.
Because when I think about it, it's like I try because I love my music so much, and the person I always look at is it's her. You know, I always look at the way from that, like where she came from, like way back. I look at all her music like from way back, and what she used to be like and everything like that. And I look at myself like that type of person. And I always say that I believe that I can get it just like how she actually did.
Have you
So
ever
that's
met?
the only role model. Yes.
Have you ever met her in person?
Actually, I did, you know. I did meet her in person in New York at one time in a studio. She came and did some dub plates. And I was in the studio at the same time because usually in the studio, the guy usually just call me, oh, baby, I'll listen. This artist is coming through. You know, you should come and meet that artist. And that was really, really good. At a point in time, I had a lot of pictures with all different type of artists, like dancehall artists, soca artists, reggae artists, just name it. Like I met a lot of them in person. But she is a very outgoing person. Very, very outgoing. She cool. She laughs loud. She very down to earth. Just like how I am, and just cool with people and stuff. That's how she is. And we have that kind of click. You know, we were really cool like that.
Okay, listen, I know definitely you are going to get the break needed. I see it coming on the horizon. I think you have the right attitude. I know you're a go-getter. I know you're going to do what it takes to get there. So I am wishing you all the success. Outside of music, what are some of your passions and the hobbies you enjoy? Leonie? Folks, we're going to take a quick break. Leonie seems to be having some technical difficulties. We take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or visit beacongrenada.com.
Calling the CARICOM community, assembling Global Africa, the 4th edition of the Afri-Caribbean Trade Investment Forum. Active 2025 is coming to St. George, Grenada, this 28th to 29th July. Join government and business leaders, investors, and trade and finance institutions to explore the theme, Resilience and Transformation, enhancing Africa-Caribbean economic cooperation in an era of global uncertainty. Be there as we stand together to strengthen our commercial ties, to promote shared trade and investment opportunities, and unlock prosperity for Africa, the Caribbean, and the wider diaspora. The 4th Afri-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum. Reserve your place now at active2025.com.
Welcome back. Leonie, we lost you there for a little bit, but the rain came down heavy, and I know you and I are not far from each other. So let me ask you the question again. Outside of music, what are some of the passions or hobbies you enjoy? Because listen, I speak to many artists, and the music itself doesn't keep them self-sufficient. They have to do other things to survive. Tell me about your passions outside of music.
Well, outside of music, I love doing my nails. So I'm a nail technician in St. George's. That's on Halifax Street. On the same side with the Community Credit Union, up the step by the barber shop, straight down at the back. That's where I'm located. And it's Leonie's Nail Tech. besides that, I enjoy having events, right? I try sometime in my little community, I would try to do a little football, try to do a little dance, a little queen show. Um, Even though I'm in St. Mark's as well, I actually had a competition, a small goal competition up there for the first time. So I try not to, as I said before, I try not to limit myself into one area. This is something that I want to actually do in like different areas and stuff like that. So besides music, these are the other things that I do.
Okay. Listen, you've had an incredible career. It's just starting to hit the peak, so I know great things are coming.
Yeah.
How important is it for you? How important do you think it is to stay true to oneself in the pursuit of success?
How hard it is?
Or how important is it?
Actually, it's very, very important. It's very, very important. As I said before, what keeps me going right now is having my baby. And I would not stop because the reason now behind that is I want to be able to make it where I can have a great future for her, right? I want it to be where I can be that mother that could do the things that is supposed to, not only like think about spoiling a child, because spoiling a child is not good, right? But able to be a great mother, a great role model, making sure that she have things in place. So when she gets older in life, she can have these things in them and she doesn't have to work so hard at a young age to get through certain things in life. So it's very important that I continue doing the things that I do right now.
Okay, now, I don't mean to get personal, but it seems like your journey is mirrored by your own experience. Can you
Yes, very
tell
much.
me about your own experience growing up as a girl and the family support and the encouragement? Can you walk us through that? I know it's personal, but you said that we could be real. So we're
Yeah.
being real because you're not the only person. There are a lot of people listening right now who may find themselves in those situations and were able to pull themselves out of it. Can you share a little bit about your own upbringing growing up and that drive to provide something different for your daughter?
Right. Growing up wasn't easy for me. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm the person that I am today. Growing up wasn't easy because I used to be moving from, as I said, different parishes, different housing, and it wasn't easy because we never had we ne- it, I never had a gold spoon, I should say, right? Growing up, um, it was very where I grew up before. It was I don't want to say so bad, but it wasn't easy. We never really had like the lighting and the food that we should eat, and you know, it was very, very hard. So with me, and I finished school, not finished completely like secondary school, but I dropped out of secondary school at Form 3 um, because I had to go and start working. I had to grow up in a sense a little bit faster than a lot of children right now. Um, and it wasn't about having boyfriends and stuff like that. It's because them time there I couldn't have tried them things. I couldn't have run away and go by boyfriend and this type of thing because trust me, I would get the amount of licks I would get in my little self. It wouldn't have been like, So it was more like I had to put myself out there to help everybody else in the house. I never really grew up as much with my mom, but I used to always be around her, like going and visit her and stuff. But I more grew up with my grandmother. And growing up with a grandmother is like, trust me, when you see she puts you sit down and she says sit there and she start to talk to you and she start to beat you or whatever the case is, you have to try to relax yourself. Otherwise, you know what you're gonna get. So it wasn't easy. So and then that's the reason why I said I wanted to be where I already started in terms of where I actually put myself out to get my child there, right? I have never had the opportunity to say, okay, my mom could have made me for a rich man and, that type of stuff. So I said to myself, you know what? I have to try my best. When I found out I was pregnant, I said I have to try my best to get my child a great future, what I have never had before, try to get her that future, right? So then I can say I have done something right. And I'd always pray to God that I want someone that could love me as much as I would love them. Because men go, men come. But your child is always going to be your child, no matter what. And that child love is going to be a love that no man could never give you as a mother, right? So this is the reason why I said I want to give her a great future and to make sure that everything works out properly for her.
Listen, definitely you're on the right track. You have me a little emotional because I like the fact that you were raw and you were real, as you always are. And let me tell you something, that is your strength.
Yes,
okay, don't let anybody else tell you that, because we're living in a world now where I'm going to tell you, since I've been on this platform, since I started my own social media game, the amount of people that are reaching out to me who are struggling and they're looking for inspiration and they're looking for role models. You definitely are a role model. So I want you to understand that you need to use your pain and your past to conquer your future, and you're definitely on the right track. I want to commend you for that. It's not easy. Life is not easy. As I say, navigating humans is the hardest job you will ever have to do. And I want to commend you on that, Leonie. I want to wish you every success in your career. I know you don't give up. I'm happy to be able to give people the opportunity for us to get to know them, because I come on here and I could talk all about your music and all of that, but sometimes we never get to know what motivates or what drives or what fuels the passion that the artist has. And today as a result of this conversation, I know who you are, I know what drives you, and I would tell you I love you more for it.
Thank you.
Now, I know we said we would wrap up early because you've got to get your daughter ready for school. So my last question to you this morning is, and as someone who is still struggling as an artist, what advice would you give to young artists who are just starting in the industry?
Okay, so the advice I would give to them, maybe they had taken part this year for the first time, because some people, they come and that's their first year, and just like that they get through, right? For instance, I would just draw this. Who I've seen done that was Boise. There was a year he just started singing. I can't remember the year, but then when he entered into the Soca Monarch prelims and got through, it's like the guy just gets through one time, just like that. And that just blew him up. And I admire that about him. So I have to say congrats to him. So other people who tried this year for the first time and they figure, I ain't taking part no more because I ain't get through and I ain't good enough and the judges this is no, don't stop, because you will have challenges, and this is only your first time. This is something that you have to grow with you, right? This is something that you have to have a passion for. You can't just get up and say, I want to go sing and feel okay, but that song that you have, then you're going to get through just like that. It don't always happen. It would take time. It has to grow with you. You have to have a passion for it. You have to have a love for it. And you have to not only do it because of the money behind it, if you get it chose, you have to do it for the people. Yeah? The people and people who makes you. Listen, if you can make it in Grenada, you can make it anywhere in the world. Because Grenadians, listen, Grenadians, they criticize you. They will tell you just that's how it is. And that is just it. Because I said, there were one time I was speaking to my mom this week. And I said, and said, Mom, if I go and sing a stupid song, something that, like, for instance, if I sing something um, like moo, moo, like donkey, like how
Yeah,
donkey sang the song,
yeah.
people's going to be like, what stupid is Leonie singing there? Because why? They don't know me to be like that. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? They know
Mm-hmm.
me to sing good
Mm-hmm.
music and not anything that sounds stupid. For
Mm-hmm.
me,
Mm-hmm.
all music have their people.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody are different.
Mm-hmm.
Lynette, for instance, Lynette have her her horn thing going. She have her vibe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every artist have their own vibe. So I always say, don't try to be like somebody else that you see is actually getting through with something. Don't try to be that person. Try to be you. Get your thing going. Yeah, get your vibe going. Have something to cover you. When you have that image, you have one image. Keep that image for you. That is your image. Don't try to intimidate other people, like to say, okay, I want to be like Boise. I'm going to sing like Boise and I'm going to sound like Boise. No, don't do that. Get your
Mm-hmm.
own voice. Let people hear you. Let it get to know your voice. Let it get to know your kind of vibe. So as artists, don't stop. Continue. This is only your first time, and it's not going to happen for everybody, because sometimes the best singer too might compete a year, and that
Mm-hmm.
may not be his year. That may be your year. You understand? You never know when your year is going to happen. So you always have to be consistent and always think about bringing out good music. Let the judges hear your growth. Let the people hear this.
Mm-hmm.
They could, like, for them to say, oh, but you know what? That person been singing for so much years and she been growing and she been getting better and better every year. Or he been getting better and better every year. You understand? So never try. Don't limit yourself. It's not about only the judges. The judges listen to the things that they know, that they're supposed to know about on the paper. They go to their classes and stuff like that. So they're listening. And if they're not hearing certain things from you, they're not going to put you in. So you cannot always judge the judges. They're only going by what they are hearing. So that's the
Mm-hmm.
reason why sometimes you go back for your score sheet and you go over your score sheet and see where your downfall was. And you try to develop yourself from there. Yes. So that's what I would say to artists coming up.
Definitely a wealth of information. Great advice. Listen, Leonie, I want to wish you a fantastic and successful Spice Mass 2025.
Thank you.
Stick with it. I see the big break on the horizon. It might be this year. It is coming. Love you as a person, as a human being.
Thank you so much.
Um,
Love you back too.
Thank you for sharing your story with us and
You're
for being
welcome.
as candid as you are. I know somebody would have listened and learned something new.
Yeah.
Listen, I want to encourage you and I want to wish you all the best for Spice Mass 2025. Please don't be a stranger on the Wake Up Club.
No, I would.
In tuned. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you
you
so
for
much.
joining me this morning. I know little lady waiting to start to get ready and all of that.
Well, she just get up there now, so she's like, Mommy.
Yeah, well, you know how it goes. Listen, have a fantastic weekend and we will
Same to
chat
you.
soon. Okay?
Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
Right. Folks, you're tuned into the Wake Up Club. We take a quick break and we'll be right back to wrap up.
Looking for the ultimate island experience? Hop on the Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tour and explore Grenada like never before. Feel the tropical breeze, sip on authentic Caribbean rum punch, and cruise through Grenada's stunning scenery in our unique and fun tuk-tuks. It's the perfect blend of adventure and island flavor. Book your unforgettable tour now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Don't just see Grenada, experience it with Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tours today.
Welcome back. Of course, Raw, authentic, that is who she is. Leonie Patrick, Baby L. We wish her all the success for Spice Mass 2025. Folk, you tune into the Wake Up Club. The weekend is ahead. I want to wish you a great weekend. I want to remind you of the days of prayer. Of course, and as I said earlier at the beginning, the National Day of Prayer. Let me just find that quickly. Okay, so the National Day of Prayer is prayers. The National Days is Saturday the 12th and Sunday the 13th. We're going to keep you informed via the Ride Along Network as to what's happening, the activities, the events. So make sure you're tuned in. Also, calling all artists for the After Carnival pop-up exhibit is the Grenada Arts Council. You can register by July 18th to have your work included in the August 16th exhibition. It's a great time. There are going to be a lot of people on the island looking to take a piece of Grenada back, and that piece that they could take back is a piece created out of your passion and out of your drive and energy. So they're calling for artists for the After Carnival pop-up exhibit at Spiceland Mall. You can register by July 18th. The exhibition will be on Saturday, August 16th. You paintings, drawings, sculptures, photography, mixed media, installation. You can contact the Grenada Arts Council at www.grenadaartscouncil.com for more information. Great opportunity for you. Don't say you don't know. Don't come and tell me you are a struggling artist and there are opportunities for you to get your work out there, but you sit down on your ass and you ain't doing nothing about it. Pay attention. Okay, don't just watch the gossip on social media. There is so much good news out there. Okay, I want to encourage you, as I always encourage you, to make today an opportunity for you to become a better version of the person you were yesterday. My advice this week is to make sure that you have friends that will cover you. And when I say cover you through all, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay? I have friends that cover me, and I'm thankful for that because I am human, and sometimes my ego gets the best of me, and the ugly side of Kirk comes out. And I have friends who keep me in check. They love me, they support me, they correct me, they encourage me. I don't want friends that go gossip about me and during those weak moments take it and drag it all over the place. No, your friend's supposed to cover you. So spend this weekend evaluating your circle and making sure that your friends that cover you, you cover them right back. I ain't saying uphold nonsense, I'm saying correct and encourage with love, because that's what it's all about. Thank you for tuning into the Wake Up Club. We'll see you on Tuesday. Have a fantastic weekend. Bye.
Calling the CARICOM community, assembling Global Africa, the 4th edition of the Afri-Caribbean Trade Investment Forum. Active 2025 is coming to St. George, Grenada, this 28th to 29th July. Join government and business leaders, investors, and trade and finance institutions to explore the theme, Resilience and Transformation, enhancing Africa-Caribbean economic cooperation in an era of global uncertainty. Be there as we stand together to strengthen our commercial ties, to promote shared trade and investment opportunities, and unlock prosperity for Africa, the Caribbean, and the wider diaspora. The 4th Afri-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum. Reserve your place now at active2025.com.